October 8th. Let's see, anything new today? Yeah, there's a new scene at the church. There are no signs of human presence in the chapel. The priest, Kotomine, is deceased. Well, officially, he has gone missing. A replacement had come, but he returned to his country some time ago. The church, as a result, was sealed off. I rest myself on the bench. Left in solitude like this, many piled-up questions begin to resurface in my mind. There are several things I ought to think about. The first and foremost among them...
お兄さんが何を忘れているかってことですよね。
Oh, hi Gilgamesh. So says the blonde boy standing by the altar.
お前。
こんにちは。なんか難しい顔してたから助け舟を出しに来ました。
He walks towards me slowly. It gives me flashbacks of the figure of the former priest who once existed in this chapel. He would pinpoint my worries precisely and expose a truth I didn't want to know.
何かを忘れてるか。お前にはわかるのか？
わかります。きっとセイバーさんもさくらさんも不思議に思ってるはずです。どうしてお兄さんは怠けているのかなって。
Slacking off? Sure, I'm not aggressively trying to get to the bottom of the situation, but doesn't slacking off have more of a different nuance to it?
怠けてるって何をサボってるって言うんだ。
日課ですよ。お兄さん、ちっとも魔術を使ってないじゃないですか。この状況になってから一度でも土蔵で鍛錬をしましたか？
いや、それは単に。
I didn't know how. No, I just didn't have the opportunity to practice. Now that someone has brought it up to me, it warrants only a... Oh, that's right.
それが重要なんです。修行マニアなお兄さんが機会がないから実践しないなんてこと自体がちょっとおかしい。
そっか。そりゃ確かに。
Just as the boy says, the very idea of Emiyashiro failing to train himself is abnormal. So that was the real cause behind this uneasy feeling. The question is, why had I forgotten this fundamental habit? If there is an enemy, then was this feeling itself some kind of magic planted by the enemy?
魔術の鍛錬そのものを忘れていた。じゃあもしかして俺は強化を使えなくなっちまったのか？
そんなことはできません。お兄さんは自分の技能を失念していただけ、使っていなかっただけです。人間、知っていることは大抵なんとかなるものですが、未知の事柄だけは踏み込めない。知らないからできないんです。
ああ。
The gears start turning with a clang. The functions that had simply existed but not been activated gradually begin to move.
そうだ。魔術回路は失われていない。その気になればいつでも応戦できる。
What I forgot was the way to fight. This is the wrought iron that no one else could copy, that no one else knew, possessed only by the magic user by the name of Emiyashiro.
けど一度も使わずに実践なんて自殺行為ですからね。ちゃんといつもの場所で練習するのを忘れないでください。
I guess that's all he had to say. The boy begins to leave the chapel the same way the former priest would.
助言助かった。けどいいのか？確かあんまり出しゃばるなって言われてるんだろ？
あんまり良くないです。きっと怒られます。怒ると怖いんです。
She? Who might you be talking about?
以前は嫌味でこっちを不機嫌にさせるんですけど、今はストレートに無視したりするんですよ。あれ割ときついです。ポルカミゼーリアです。
あ？ポルカなんだって？
スラングです。育ち悪いんですよね。
Say what? Blondie goes up the stairs with a gloomy expression.
まあ一つ前進したからいいけど。
That basic thing I forgot. I remembered what the one weapon that Emiya Shiro... No, actually, I remembered the fact that he has a weapon. As soon as I have a spare moment, I'll have to restart that training. So, nothing new today, so let's skip to the night. Let's hang around Emiya residence. Let's check out the storage room. My heart is beating fast. A clear sense of purpose is thickening the blood throughout my body.
なるほど。意味もなく土蔵に来てたのはそういうことだったんだ。
My body continued to plead even as my mind was unaware. Go there. Take back your former self. Know your weapon. Without it, I can't fight alongside Saber. My body remembered that truth. Sitting in a full lotus position, I focus my nerves.
さて、あとは俺がうまく使えるかどうか。
How long have I not done this? Seeing as I can't recall even that, I might have problems just activating the circuits. I have no confidence in myself. With the intention of going all the way back to the basics, I'm buried deep in myself. But it seems that all my worries were pointless. Activating my circuits and attempting reinforcement magic succeeded without a hitch.
なんだ、気づいてしまえばどうってことないじゃないか。
Anticlimactic, but I suppose this is what it usually feels like to get out of a slump. Also, surprisingly, this was interesting in itself. This was the first time that it felt fun to train and use magic. I can finally go further. I think of the sniper that I shouldn't have seen yet. I have finally remembered what my own weapon is. Now I'll polish this power for as long as time permits. Reinforcement projection magic available. Now that the weapon is retrieved, what's left is finding the target. In the wilderness where cicadas sing, there lies the enemy. There's a new scene with Saber. It's come to be a late lunch. To calm my stomach's grumbling, I take my lunch and head for the park. The park on this clear autumn day seems to be almost as crowded as it would be on a weekend. The benches are pretty much all taken. Looking for a place to sit down, I walk along the riverside. From the mouth of the river, I can smell the salty fragrance of the autumn breeze. No wonder it's starting to feel cold. But thanks to the deep blue sky and bright sunshine, even those are forgotten before long. The weather is truly refreshing today. On the other side of the row of swaying, radiant golden ginkgo trees, the voices of children cheering and the sound of a ball being bounced around reach me. Soccer. A game of soccer, huh? Yep, did that, together with Shinji. It was a snowy day, very unusual. Back then, Shinji lost one of his shoes. Well, whatever. Having found a nice grassy spot near the playground, I sit down cross-legged. Won't be long before I'll be able to see the outline of my stomach. It's got to look like a deflated soccer ball already. Wasting no time, I take out my 2-tier container and dig in wholeheartedly. As soon as my consciousness comes back, I look up, still munching. Out on the field, 4 versus 4. 8 kids are struggling with the ball. Munching on my soy sauce boiled burdock, I keep watching the game. What I thought was a mere child's play is actually looking pretty good. Looks like the attack and defense are well aware of their roles. Despite having an unusual number of players, this isn't just a kids game, it's more of a mini-match. Having watched for a while, I noticed that the two kids on the inside are clearly different. Their pass is quite nice looking. Seems like they're going easy on the rest. Must be the local soccer club members or something. Thinking that, I see one energetic guy just vigorously kicking the ball forward. Falling victim to feints in an amusing way, he keeps pitching forward. Seeing that pitiful but persistent little figure, I suddenly get an urge to help him out, and it wasn't just me who felt that way. From the opposite end of the field, a jeans-clad figure is cheering in his support. And not in the usual cheerleading way, but rather expressing her own joy and sorrow, relaying it as the match progresses. The kids seem to notice it too, feeling awkward whenever they hear her voice. Definitely not Japanese. The hair is a pretty golden color, a white, slender, girl-like figure. And I definitely remember seeing the huge lunchbox at her feet before. Wait, now that I look at it, aren't those my shirt and jeans?
ああ、惜しい。そこへ切り込むのです。
Saber? Yep, no mistake. That blue ribbon, definitely Saber. Actually, now that the weather's nice, she did say that she was going out sometime during the day.
そうです。素晴らしい。賞賛に値します。
But the moment I stand up, about to wave to Saber, who is completely immersed in the game, one of the kids stops the match and turns towards her. The other kids start gathering as well.
おや、おしまいですか？
女かよ。どうでもいいけど。姉ちゃん、うるせえ。
As the kids come closer, Saber looks around herself nervously.
姉ちゃんとは私のことですね。
他にいねえし。見てんのはさ、別に構わねえけど、ちょっと黙っててくれよ。
そうだよ。調子狂いまくり。
Several kids voiced their agreement.
とんだ部長報をいたしました。テレビではいつも大掛かりな応援を目にするものですから、少しでもそれらしくと。得点が入った時など、こう集団で波を作り出したり、それはもう壮観な。
Bending, then straightening her knees, Saber meets the kids' unimpressed stares.
失礼いたしました。今後は静かに観戦します。
She bows her head deeply. Suddenly, a ball drops on her lap.
もしかして俺らに混ざりたいのか、あんた。
And the one who threw it is that very same reckless kid from before.
良いのですか？
Taking the ball, her eyes are shining.
やめとけよ、ゲロス。
Geros Barfa.
せえな。
外国人じゃん。
バカ。今時日本人ばっかりのチームなんかねえよ。
そういや、そっか。
サッカーできんの？姉ちゃん、何人？フランス、ドイツ？
イングランド、イギリスです。
Oh, the kids all let out.
イギリスってサッカーが国技だろ？日本の相撲みたいにさ。ちげえよ。国技にしてんのはドイツとかブラジル。
Well, soccer is pretty popular in England as well.
イギリスはあれじゃん。ゲートボールと野球の合いの子みたいなやつ。名前忘れたけど。何それ？ゴルフじゃねえの？
ゴルフが国技なのはスコットランド。でも確かサッカーが生まれたのはイギリスだよ。
へえ、お前よく知ってんな。
The boy that called out to Saber clicks his tongue.
だよ。スペインじゃねえのか。
はい。
Saber nods, perplexed.
イギリス人だったらサッカーは得意ですよね。
says the boy with glasses.
いえ、それが一度もやってみたことがないのです。
冗談、めちゃめちゃかぶりつきで見てたし。つうかさ、女はやらねえってこと？
サッカーをですか？いえ、
Saber is looking at the ball in her hands.
ずっと興味はあったのですが、鍛錬に追われる日々で挑戦する機会がありませんでした。けれど兵たちが興じている様子はよく見かけたものです。ルールも多少は存じているつもりです。このボールを味方同士で受け渡ししながら、あの敵陣を示すゴールへ届ければ良いのでしょ。
そうだけど、んなの誰でも知ってるって。
兵とか鍛錬とか、姉ちゃん何者？軍人？まあそのようなものです。あ、自衛隊の事務員さん？自衛隊？
なんだよ、期待してみたら初心者かよ。足手まといが増えちまうな、ゲロス。
だからせえよ。
Before long, I see them choose a representative from each team and, with rock, paper, scissors, decide which team is going to take the foreign player on. Soon, Saber goes out onto the field, surrounded by the kids. Phew, that's a relief. Should there have been trouble, I was ready to force my way through the crowd of children, but it ended up working out. Continuing where I left off with the chopsticks, I resume my meal. A mischievous thought crosses my mind and I slide over to a nearby tree, hiding myself in the shade.
いったぜ、姉ちゃん。
姉ちゃんではありません。セイバーです。
As she is protesting, her intent gaze is following the ball that was sent high up in front of her.
トラップ！罠ですか？体で止めんだよ！なるほど。
The awkward game continues for a while. No matter how short she is, she still looks out of place playing alongside kids. But Saber herself pays no notice, her face shining brightly. Even the kids, feeling the joy, soon stop going easy on her and begin the real match. That's when it really became a sight worth watching. Right before my eyes, she starts to get used to handling the ball by mimicking the kids' movements. In a span of a few minutes, her movements change completely. Even as the ball goes outside the field, she casually brings it back into the game. And even the opposing team can no longer just kick the ball towards the safety zone. Their passes are becoming more cautious. Speaking of which, the soccer club member-like kid that I noticed a while back, as expected, Saber is chasing him, but he manages to keep her at bay with feints. Suddenly slowing down, he kicks the ball in a direction entirely different from where he's looking, tricking Saber hilariously. But that's not happening a second time. While pretending to go for a long-range kick, he passes the ball to a nearby teammate instead. Seeing through the maneuver, she quickly catches up. Finally, the ball is hers. Unfortunately, her 4 teammates are still behind her. She's all alone right in the middle of the enemy field. As if unsure what to do next, she looks back. The response comes back as a mix of high-spirited voices.
ガラキ、突っ込め！
Saber's face suddenly becomes serious.
はい。
The opposing team had gone on attacking too deeply and looks like they are now short-handed. The defender, also the goalkeeper, hurries back to the net. Gliding along the grass, she dribbles towards the goal. She is now facing the goalkeeper one-on-one. A straight shot without a trace of hesitation. Deeply intimidated, the keeper cowers in fear. Grazing the top of his head, the ball flies up, hits the top bar, rebounds, and soars high into the sky.
すっげーシュート。
As if to silence the disappointment, out comes the energetic boy's cry.
まだだ押し込め。
もちろんです。
Looking up, the ball, that has already become but a black dot in the sky, is now being pushed back by the headwind. Aiming for the landing spot, Saber dashes back. In a real game, a ball that has crossed the line in the air would be an out, but this place has its own rules. In other words, the ball is still in play.
させねえって。
Struggling to regain the lead, the opposing team comes running back and surrounds her. Using her torso and knees as a spring, Saber leaps up in the air easily over a man's height and grabs the falling ball. Her shirt floats in the air as she lands. In front of the dumbfounded kids, Saber throws the ball. Behind the petrified goalkeeper, the net is shaking. A goal, sort of.
どうです。
Striking a triumphant pose, she turns to face the kids, only to be met with blank stares.
いやいや。あ。
She hurriedly tucks her now messy shirt into her pants.
見えましたか？ジーンズが少し緩くて。
そうじゃねえって。
見るかよバカ。
俺見えた。
Joining in with the kids' reddened cheeks, the palm of my hand meets my face.
ふざけんなっての姉ちゃん。手使ったらフットボールじゃん。
え？だからフットボールなのでは？
Being put on the spot, she's getting nervous. Well, it's not exactly undeserved.
ラグビーと間違えてんじゃね？
ラグビー？
She questions with a blank face.
皆さんが口にしているサッカーとは、つまりフットボールのことでしょ？手を使ってはいけないのですか？
ダメに決まってんじゃん。それハンド、ファールだよ。
おお。ですが、テレビではボールを投げる場面も。
腕を使っていいのはキーパーだけ。キーパーはあいつだからって最初に言った。
そう、俺。
Once again, the boy playing as the goalkeeper raises his hand.
おお、そういう意味だったとは。これは私の失点でした。以後はよく気をつけます。
Raising her drooped head back up, Saber folds her arms, deep in thought.
うん。日本のサッカーのルールはシンプルでいながら複雑です。我が国ではとにかくボールをゴールに入れてしまえばよかった。
何でもありってこと？
ええ、ボールを蹴るのは距離を稼ぐのに手っ取り早いからです。ゴール直前はいつもボールを脇に抱えて奪い合い、殴り合いながら突進していったものです。
殴るのも超ファール。退場。
では壁や木でボールを跳ね返したりもやはりなしですか？
グラウンドに木なんか生えてねえよ。
野原よりむしろ街中の試合の方が多かったのですが。
ん？街って？
本当にイギリス人か？
そう言われるとあまり自信が。
Well, yeah, in the Age of Kings, what Saber had watched must have been a predecessor to what is known as soccer today. But then, it's Saber we're talking about. The form might be a little different, but anything that involves moving your body around, she'll get used to in no time. But that's not what worries me.
つまり足さばきが最も重要なのですね。
The kids exchange semi-amazed glances.
ヘディングとかもあるけど、あんた女だし。
女があんなシュート打つか？
では次は本気で蹴ります。
まだ本気じゃねえの？
あれは人にぶつかりそうだったので手加減をしたのです。
The kids have suspicion all over their faces. Pushing Saber outside their circle, they put their heads together and start whispering. And as usual, the energetic boy's voice.
マジかよ絶対やんねえあったよそう悪いのはいつも俺
And other noises. What a lively fellow. Soon they break up and turn to face Saber once again.
じゃあ姉ちゃんさもう一回最初から勝負どうよ
勝負ですね。良いでしょう。受けて立ちます。私も失態続きでは収まりがつきませんし、何より夕食が美味しくありません。皆さんもまだまだ視力を出し尽くしてはいないと感じておりました。
Here we go. Saber's unique trait and her weakest point, her inability to accept defeat. The kids' faces turn pale. Even if she's a beginner, they realized who they're dealing with. As can only be expected of the king of all beasts. No matter if the opponents are a bunch of little kids, asking her to take it easy is pointless. And thus starts the rock paper scissors game to separate the living from the dead. After a series of shouts have finished resounding throughout the playground, the teams are decided. As the two groups separate, Saber seems confused.
先ほどとは人数が違いますね。向こうは5人、こちらは私を含めて4人ですか。
ハンデですよあんたが2人分だってば姉ちゃんだから5対5でいいの
ちげえよゲロスはいてもいなくても同じじゃん
せえな
Before starting the match, they've picked someone to go buy some drinks and are now giving him their requests. Aside, the conversation with Saber continues.
そうは言っても私は初心者なのですが、でもゲロス、あなたが同じチームで。
ゲロスって言うな
Caught off guard by a remarkably loud scream echoing throughout the playground, the kids go quiet for a moment. However, the silence doesn't last long and is now being replaced by a debate about drink brands.
ゴーラ
俺プリンテイク
俺も
マジかよもやし飴
ドクトルペッパーホットでトンガラティ
タヒパサデルツあったよ見つけてくるからな飲めよ絶対
私はぜひ紅茶を、できればボトルで。
モテな